It is game 2 of night 2 of the 41st District Tournament. The Frankfort High Panthers and the Western Hills Wolverines, the boys. And we're going to have all the action for you. Stay with us here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week. Welcome back to Benny Watkins Field. If you missed the first game, Western Hills winning 3-0 over Franklin County in the first of our 2 crosstown rivalries. And now we got to do it with the boys. The Frankfort High Panthers taking on the Western Hill Wolverines. And looking at the stats going into this game, Frankfort High has a lot of stats that jump off the page, most notably 16th in the state in scoring, 15th in scoring margin, 24th in team defense. They took a tough loss and didn't take home the All-A Classic, but they've had an impressive season, one to remember. What's Western Hills got to do to even stay with this Frankfort High team tonight?
They're going to try to neutralize. They're going to definitely stay in front and keep themselves between these 4 scorers, which you know, Frankfort's going to walk in with 4 players and scoring in double digits. And it's just, you can't man mark one. There's multiple threats everywhere. So they're going to mark tight and keep themselves in between the goal and their opponent.
Yeah, the last time these 2 teams met up, Frankfort High defeated Western Hills, but Western Hills was still in the game. It was Frankfort High 4-0. Ethan Vermillion had a hat trick in that game. Ty Hancock chipping in a goal for Frankfort High. That's going to be the one guy I think they really have to focus in on Western Hills and try to stop. And for Frankfort High, they're going to want to get him started early. Ethan Vermillion, 27 goals on the season, averaging 1.4 per game. A lot to chew on here, and we're going to see how it turns out. First half action coming at you in just a little bit here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Here at David Tolles Auto Pro, we know if people are driving right now, it's only for the most important reasons. And if their car breaks down, we need to get it back on the road. At Auto Pro, we want you to rest assured that we're doing everything in our power to keep you safe. We follow all recommended COVID-related safety guidelines when handling your vehicle. Our lobby and facilities are completely clean and sanitized every night. And we have touchless credit card processing. We appreciate your trust in these difficult times, and we want to thank you for shopping local. If you have to take it to somebody, you can take it to us. David Tolles Auto Pro.
Game of the Week is brought to you by David Tolles Auto Pro. You're in good hands with David Tolles Auto Pro. Bring your vehicle to us for the best repairs in the Frankfort area. 2 locations at 1348 Versailles Road and 515 Duncan Road. And check us out at davidtollsautopro.com.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Exit Realty Crutcher. Exit Realty Crutcher, your premier resource for all real estate services, wishes all teams a great school year. From Louisville to Lexington and all cities in between, we have the knowledge, enthusiasm, teamwork, and experience to help you buy and sell. Come see what we have to offer for your real estate needs. ExitRealtyCrutcher.com. Buying and selling a home can be an extremely stressful experience. Let real estate agent Reva Howe help you navigate the process smoothly and help relieve your anxiety. Reva is honest, an excellent communicator, and will be your advocate every step of the way. Reva provides expert advice and will treat you like family. At Exit Realty Crutcher, real estate is what we do, and families are why we do it. Contact Reva today by texting Reva to 85377. Call her at 502-330-8831. You'll be glad you did.
In 1972, a young David Tolles vowed to jump the Kentucky River on his big wheel. He did not make it. We can rebuild him. We have the capability to make the world's perfect mechanic. Better, stronger, faster. David Tolles Tires and Auto Service on Duncan Road.
Tune in to Around 10, Frankfort's very own morning show. We cover all the happenings in the capital city every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. live on Cable 10, Facebook, and YouTube. Remember, if it happens around town, it's on Around 10.
means you will need to come back over to the primary bleachers and no seating in the far bleachers behind the team benches. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff, welcome to Franklin County High School's Benny Watkins Field for our 41st District Soccer Tournament. Our second game this evening features the Wolverines of Western Hills and the Panthers of Frankfort High. Fans of the National Federation of High Schools and the Kentucky High School Athletic Association require officials to enforce sportsmanship rules. High school athletics emphasize positive values. The participants have worked hard to create a sense of teamwork, respect, responsibility, and perspective. We remind the good neighbor is expected tomorrow, and the misconduct will not be tolerated. Let this competition reflect mutual respect among all participants, officials, and fans. And now for the starting lineups. First, for the guests on the scoreboard, the Wolverines of Western Hills. Number 4, Chinmay Kopeng. Number 6, Evan Bennett. Number 7, Josh Wilkins. Number 10, Chase Kroon. Number 11, Joey Kurtzinger. Number 13, Baylor Brooker. Number 15, Jack Geary. Number 30, Raul Hernandez. Number 34, Lance Sitley. Number 35, Nick Armstrong. And in goal for the Wolverines, number 1, TJ Walker. Coaching staff for the Wolverines assistants, BJ Stevenson, Eric Hernandez, and the head coach, Chad Mangum. And now, for the home team on the scoreboard, the Frankfort High Panthers. Number 2, Carter Gilbert. Number 7, Preston Barber. Number 10, Ashton Austin. Number 11, Ethan Vermillion. Number 15, Tyron Reynolds. Number 17, Colby Craycraft. Number 18, Adam Gritton. Number 22, Ty Hancock. Number 29, McLean Butler. Number 35, Shafor Blondie. And in goal for the Panthers, number 99, Dawson Pearl. Coaching staff for the Panthers assistants, Austin Farmer, Bill Rose, Logan Rupert, and the head coach, Brad Kennedy. Good luck to both teams. Guys, let's have a great game.
And we're back with you. We just saw the starting lineups for both of these teams. Frankfort High coming in with a pretty impressive record, 17-4, 5-1-1 in the 11th region, 2-1 in the district. Their only loss coming to Great Crossing, and that was a tough one for Frankfort High, and they're going to play to see if they can avenge that on Thursday night. But Western Hills also has a loss to avenge to Great Crossing and also looks to extend their season tonight. They come in with a record of 5-9, 1-2 in the district. Their lone win coming against Franklin County, and I think Western Hills, you got to think they're coming in as the underdog tonight, but you know, when you've got a team that you've already beaten once in the season, how do you get your team ready mentally to not overlook this game and start looking towards that game Thursday night if you're, Frankfort High's coach Brad Kennedy?
Well, the last time they played, that was back in August, the end of August. And, you're going to focus on the fact that there's been a lot of training going on and that they're going to be a different ball club. So you cannot take anything for granted. You got to go out and put your A game out in front and be sharp.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Alongside David Daly, I'm John Piesheimer, bringing you all the action here of the 41st District Tournament, and we are underway in the nightcap. As Western Hills going left to right as you see it, wearing white, Frankfort High and that trademark blue and orange.
Ball splits through, rolls back to the keeper.
Western Hills able to get their foot on the ball quite a bit here so far.
Yeah, Western Hills has maintained possession.
Nice through ball there, sits down well, attacking from the left side now, and Frankfort High able to wrap that one up, but Western Hills asking the questions early here.
Yeah, it was a nice little lead. Baylor Brooker looked to serve it back to the box and just got played out of bounds by Frankfort defender.
This will be a throw in for Western Hills. Almost going to ground and just putting their foot through it. No nonsense clearance that time by Frankfort High.
And TJ Walker's out of the goal crease very far. One of the very active goalkeeper, comfortable with his feet, and came out and played that just like a extra defender.
Frankfort High just going to pull the ball back to Dawson Pearl, let him get it into play. It was a nice ball taken into the chest of number 22 there, Ty Hancock. Panthers on the attack now and have the ball pulled back out. Nice through ball, and now they're going to work down the right side. That's Preston Barber playing it forward.
Played it up to Vermillion, and he's battling in the corner.
Yeah, Vermillion crowded out, but he'll get a throw.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was not Vermillion.
I was just taking your word.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Throw comes in.
Nice throw in the middle of the box.
A lot of arm under that throw.
It's an offensive weapon right there. When you have a player who can throw from the touchline into the box, it becomes an extra corner kicks.
That was Ethan Vermillion coming back to get the ball for Frankfort High, and they're going to have them retake this throw here a little further, a little closer to the point where they initially took it. You see that huge throw in there, and you're right, that's such a weapon. And a little back and forth between the Frankfort High player and the official, because they want to get that ball right back in. Maybe taking a little bit too much of a run up there. Western Hills, not the most assured clearance that time, but they do manage to get it out.
Well, it was played out of bounds.
Baylor Brooker with the throw in. He finds Tope, number 4 there, surrounded by Panthers, and there'll be another throw.
What we're seeing already is some very solid ball handling, some very good space play. Defense is solid. Everyone's marked well. It's going to be a good ball game.
There's number 18, Adam Gritton.
Yeah. Well, Gritton is one of the leading scorers. Gritton's got 11 goals and 5 assists on the season, 27 points.
Early ball in. Dawson Pearl comes in to clear it, and now Frankfort High trying to counter. There's Vermillion cutting back.
Kobe Craycraft brought that ball up the wing, through the middle. There's Adam Gritton right there.
Attacking for the right side. That's a nice cross. Almost getting onto the end of that was Ty Hancock, number 22. Ball finds its way out, and Western Hills now trying to counter the counter.
Man, Sutley was trying to switch field on that, just got a little bit too far from him.
A lot of action so far in this one.
Well played, solid game so far. Both teams have had some good opportunities.
And that's a foul coming in on number 10, Ashton Austin. Kind of had a handful of shorts. Western Hills taking this one quickly. not a whole lot there as Frankfort High didn't quite go to sleep on that. Coming in to clear this one is Shakur Gwandi on that back line for Frankfort High on the right side. Let's take a look at this foul here.
Oh, he had a little handful there.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was a little bit of embellishment, but no, that was a legit
Here
takedown.
comes Vermillion, lays it off, and coming in, not able to quite get his foot under it. That was Tyron Reynolds. Tyron Reynolds, the second leading scorer for this Panther team. Let's take a look at this. That was a great lie-off by Vermillion, but nice job to kind of come and cover the danger there for Western Hills.
Reynolds finished that season 11-11, 11 goals, 11 assists. Could not ask for a better stat than that.
Yeah,
11
you
goals,
mentioned it
11
earlier.
assists,
Two
solid.
players here after you get past Vermillion on the stat sheet. Tyron Reynolds with 11 goals, 11 assists. Preston Barber for the Panthers coming in with 10 goals and 13 assists.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, the assists are just important. You got to have that. Just a very impressive grouping of those four leaders up there as far as points.
Western Hills will have a free kick here. Josh Lumpkins, the senior, put his foot behind it.
It's kind of a long service.
Just patient there, laying it off on the right side, laid it off for Carter Gilbert. Gilbert gets it back now.
And you look to the left here, Preston Barber's making a far side run. He's got space. He's got his hand up looking for a call.
Nice job here. The right-footed shot, and that one is saved by TJ Walker. And cleared out eventually, but Frankfort High with the first shot on goal of the night.
And he just took his time. He sat back there. Preston Barber just waited, had a hand up, and capitalized on a
Yeah, one of the hardest things there
pass.
can be just to have the patience to stay on side in that situation.
He moved well in space without the ball, and he created that shot with a beautiful pass coming to him.
There's Barber.
To Gritton.
Goes it to Gritton.
Got picked off. Chase Kroom would
The
play it
Frankfort
up.
High numbers are a little bit narrow on the backs of the jerseys, so if we confuse some of the double-digit numbers that start with the 1, our apologies, because when we're looking down the field, the 17s, the 10s, the 11s, and the 18s can kind of tend to look alike.
And you get that horizontal stripe kind of he interferes a little bit.
Here's Barber.
Barber again. Plays the ball wide. It's good just switching fields.
Carter Gilbert with the cross that has quite a bit on it.
Cleared. Oh, my
nice
goodness.
job by TJ Walker to get a knee to it. And I think they're going to call, that we had an offside anyway.
Right. Man, what
Take
a
look
nice
at this.
service.
I want to see if we can see who was offside. It looked like they may have said, it was really, the only thing you could have called right there, I think Barber was coming in off the middle, but he looked like he was even with the defender.
Yeah, I didn't pick that up. It's hard to pick that angle up here.
Yeah.
So I will trust AR 1 over there. Assistant referee number 1 is always on the team side. AR 2 is the linesman on the opposite side.
As a former official yourself, it's one of those things where you know what the deal is, and you down there they've got a better look at it than we do here.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Yeah. And all they want to do is call a good, clean game and be as inconspicuous as possible.
So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt
Absolutely.
for the time being. We might be the only ones here, but there's Vermillion loses that one out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a unique opportunity for me to be a head coach in high school plus officiate high school. So gave me a very good perspective on both sides.
And we've kind of hammered it home in the first 3 games of this tournament we've done, but the deal about the percentage of goals scored in the first 5 and last 5 minutes, we're still 0-0, and we're almost 10 minutes into this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there's a couple good solid ball clubs too.
That's a great ball into Vermillion. Nice job of taking it down with his chest, still with it. Lays it off there for Gritton. Wanted to take the right-footed shot, just couldn't get enough space. Nice job by Western Hills to compress there, but the danger's still not clear. Ball finds its way over to Barber on the right side. The shot goes into the back of a Wolverine that time.
But Gritton just took that ball and played it right along the 18, looking for a seam. He was going to want to rip a right-footed shot.
Nice close
Barber
control
picks it
of the
up,
ball.
plays
Finds
across
its way
the
to
middle.
Barber.
Nice.
The cross came in, and that was Tyron Reynolds coming
That
onto
was
it.
a well-served ball.
And
Got a
looks
corner
like
kick.
they're going to get a corner. Yeah, you said it.
I'll tell you, Barber served it up nice. He has delivered a couple of really nice balls in there.
Yeah, and he's been unmarked a few times over on the right side or the left side, and they've been able to find him.
He's just trying to set the table so the big dogs can eat.
Western Hills having a little trouble getting it out of their own side of the field at the moment.
You got taken the corner here. They're setting up awful high. Frankfort setting up awful high. See what kind of run they put in.
Yeah, let's see if they put it narrow, and all those players kind of crash the gates as they struggle to get a. We see Colin Armstrong coming in for Western Hills. Ball comes in.
Nice.
Header is on it, but just couldn't get the angle that he needed. It was a little bit over top of him.
Could not see.
For the Wolverines, number 12, Greg Meyer.
That looked like Vermillion maybe got his head on it.
Coming in is Greg Meyer, the freshman for Western Hills, making some changes early here.
Yeah, got to keep him fresh.
Here's Barber. Plays it into Vermillion. Plays it out to Tyron Reynolds. Reynolds going to battle here with the defender. Crosses it in. Still with it. Here's Barber. Almost got free right in front of the box, but that one cleared out by Chen Mei Tope for Western Hills. Wolverines just need to get a little bit of possession here. Tope was trying to find Greg Meyer there. Ball finds its way all the way back. Clearing in there for Western Hills was number 15, Jack Erie, the junior, on the back line.
Substitution on for the Panthers. 23, Tyler Miller.
As you heard there, Tyler Miller will come into the game replacing Preston Barber on the left-hand side.
And Barber had some success over there. We'll see how Tyler Miller picks up.
Ball bounces around. Nice job there by
Nice
TJ
save.
Walker to come and just grab the ball, because that could have gone anywhere after it bounced around. Let's take a look at this replay. Another great throw into the box. Coming in, it looked like it came off the shoulder of Tyron Reynolds.
Like I said, that is an excellent weapon to have. If you have a player who can take that ball and throw it into the box and make it a threat.
Yeah, and if you have the
throwing,
athlete to go up and just get the ball.
Absolutely.
We'll see if Western Hills can get anything going in the other direction here. Here just
Miller takes the ball up the
playing
wing.
it out of the back. That was a nice job to sell one direction and go in the other. And I think, you know, Colin Armstrong there, the junior for Western Hills, he knew he committed the foul. And, you know, just
good sportsmanship.
Acknowledging what had happened there. It was a nice job by Tyler Miller to show one direction and push the other.
Yeah, he just said, hey, sorry about that. It was not an intentional tackle.
When I played, I found that was the majority of what I was doing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Sorry about that.
If I just keep running into people, one of them's got to be legal. McLean Barber standing over this one. Puts a lot of foot into it, gets it into the middle of the box. It hits the head of Reynolds, and that's going to bounce out for a goal kick.
Now this is the second long direct kick that they played. Franklin County, or Frankfort did that one. Franklin County played the other one. Or Western Hills played the other one, and so I think that they may play a ball short next time. That wasn't very productive.
TJ Walker puts his foot through it. Taking it down, and
nice settle by Lumpkins.
Was Lumpkins that time, the senior. He'll get the free kick here. Plays it right into the center. He had a man, Colin Armstrong, but just sailed a little bit over him. Lumpkins gets it back.
There's no one to go to. Picked up.
Frankfort Frankfort High really quick to pounce on that. As a
Reynolds
Panther would be.
Gritting, yeah, right there. Yeah. Animal puns. You got Wolverines and Panthers.
Western Hills attacking now, not a bad idea. They're over there on the far side. I believe that was Raul Hernandez, number 30. Trying to play that into the path of a fellow Wolverine. Raul Hernandez leading this team with 9 goals on the season for Western Hills. Western Hills, we look at these two teams based on who they will be playing if they win. Western Hills kept it tight against Great Crossing, losing 2-0 at home on September 16th. If you look at what happened with Frankfort High, they lost 5-2 at Great Crossing on September 14th. So it'll be interesting to see what either of these teams do on Thursday night. And make sure you join us for that. We'll be right here on Cable 10. There was a handball that was not called. I think, yeah, they came in late.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, we have not seen.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit blatant. I think that was right in front of the crowd and everybody.
We have not seen many handballs called.
Dangerous ball up in the air. Pursuing it is number 13 there, Baylor Brooker, but Dawson Pearl came in. And you were mentioning a little bit to me beforehand about Dawson Pearl's season he's had so far.
Yeah, Dawson is number 3 in the state. Carried in 8 complete game shutouts, and that places him, like I said, number 3 in the state of Kentucky.
On the
Very solid up the middle.
That was Tyron Reynolds trying to kind of manufacture something, and he took a hit for his trouble. And Western Hills will have a goal kick.
A little body contact between Brooker and Reynolds right there at the end line. Send up and drive the ball. Nice settle.
A little stumble trying to get to that one and just heads it over. And if you're not too familiar with soccer at that point, the reason he's heading the ball is because if Frankfort High player right there kicks the ball, the goalkeeper cannot pick it up with his hands. He must hit it with his feet. But if you head the ball, that's what they call a back pass.
Yep.
And
Nice,
it's rare that you
control.
see it. But that is not allowed. There's Barber, who's back in the game now.
Barber reads the field well. He does a good job with that, and that's one of those things you like to have the offside midfielder finding that soft spot. But Frankfurt is still probing. They're just looking, trying to find a spot, looking to split a seam.
You could see what he was looking at. He had a man running on the far side. Ball hit a Wolverine, bounced over to Barber. Now they're going to switch fields. Now are the Panthers cutting in now? Are the Panthers? That ball was attempted to play through by Ty Hancock, and now Western Hills
It's a nice
has
stop
some
by Meyer.
space, and Shinmei To pushed down from behind. And that was Ty Hancock with a little professional foul, I think. The man was past him and just got a little bit of the forearm into there.
And what the center ref will do, center ref will start paying attention to that, and then eventually they can do an accumulation call. So they're going to say it's an accumulation of fouls committed, and boom, I'm going to hit you with one.
Yeah. So something that
he just
Frankfort High will have to keep in mind.
And he just kind of puts in the back of his head, and
Coming on for the Wolverines, number 8, Jason Crossway.
Crossway's coming in.
The junior, number 8, will come into the game, and looks like coming out is going to be number 34, Lance Sutley.
Looks like that right side midfielder.
So we've played just about 20 minutes here, and Western Hills making a pretty good accounting for themselves right now.
It's Frankfort's had some good opportunities. They had some really nice shots, but the score is still 0-0 halfway through the first half. Nice touch, nice play, Hernandez.
Dustin Barber coming all the way back to have to shepherd that one out, and they'll get a throw. We'll see if they put just as much arm underneath this one. Western Hills getting ahead to it. That was Armstrong coming across. Nearly poked it out.
Armstrong almost played that to himself into a position where he could score.
Here's Barber going up against Chenmei Tope. Chenmei Tope, nice job of cutting in there, reading the direction of the ball. Western Hills might have something on here, and doesn't really come to much.
Chenmei Tope has been really nice ball right
look,
in the middle.
And we had a really dangerous looking collision there on the far goalpost. Everybody seems to be no worse for wear. But yeah, like you said, nice look. See here on the replay, that was a nice cross in. Vermillion was going to try to come and poke that in. He was about a step behind his defender, but was just trying to kind of reach for that. Nice defending that time.
It was very solid defending. And just ball was just a little bit behind him. Walker serves the ball up midfield. There's a good call by the referee on a behind the ball play. A little hip. The call was on William Coblin. A little bit aggressive on a follow through.
Yeah, it was a bit too much of the shoulder there.
Yeah, a little bit of a hip check there.
Nice take by Vermillion, plays it forward. He had a man in space right there. That was, I believe that was number 9, Bryson Cox was running onto it as we get a look there at Josh Lumpkins, the senior in defense.
Austin switching field all the way across.
Yeah, it's a nice luxury to have in your defenders to be able to do that. Just a cut back by Vermillion, had to come a ways and juggling the ball behind, lays it off, nobody there, but the ball finds its way out. Here's the shot, and that's
beautiful save.
Saved on the
excellent save by T.J. Walker.
The fingertips of T.J. Walker keeping that goal out. Let's take a look at it here. Nice shot by Vermillion. The clearance finds its way to Ty Hancock, who looked like it might have taken a little bit of a deflection from the Western Hills defender, who just got his foot in there and sat up a little bit, and T.J. Walker able to knock that one over the top of the goal.
That was a world-class save.
And that one is going to be some trouble, and that's going to be the first goal of the game.
And that was one of those scrums you get in there and that ball gets loose. Keeper can't get his hands on it. And
yeah, too many people in too small amount of space, and a lot of times the keeper can get blocked off of that. Let's take a look at what happened here. The ball actually went right through his hands, and as a keeper, that's one you wish you had back, because he had that one dead to rights, and he just got right through him.
For the Wolverines, number 10, Chase Crane.
And I believe they credited, I was trying to see who they got with the goal that time.
I thought he had said Ethan Clark, but
Ethan Clark, number 13. I was having trouble picking that up.
yeah, that's what I was looking at.
You know, we'll see if we can get another replay of that as ball comes out. Here's Chenmei Tope.
The score change. It's 1-0 right now. We got 17 minutes in this half.
I want to apologize for the mispronunciation on his name earlier on. Staying with it is Frankfort High, and I thought that one might have rode the line there. It was right in front of us, but referee said it was out, and again, we'll trust the referee's eyes on that.
As long as it's touching the line, you're good, but if it shows space, it is a throw-in.
Here's Tope. Nice job of holding possession, but just crowded out there by Panthers. Bouncing around a little bit, and Tope taking a hit. And I think that was that may have been Preston Barber there, just getting a little bit too much of the arm.
That was Vermillion took him out on that one.
Okay.
But Tope's been getting banged around there.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
They've got nice, quick feet and solid ball control.
Western Hills may have something on
Western
here.
Hills sitting in the box here. Hernandez put a little pressure.
Side. Hernandez just can't get the turn. That was a nice job by Frankfort High of just crowding him out, taking the ball away, and now Frankfort High with a chance to counter here.
Numbers are coming back.
Not enough on
Well
that
done
pass
by
for
Western
Vermillion.
Hills.
That was a shoulder
There you
shoulder
go.
tackle.
There's a card
Vermillion's
right
going to
here.
get a card, and I think that's as much of a
Boom, boom.
just
That was a bang,
controlling
bang.
that, because we've seen
Yep.
a lot of back and forth between some of the players over there as Vermillion just put his shoulder into Josh Lumpkins here.
Yeah, there was no play on the ball there.
Yeah, it was right as Lumpkins was about to swing his foot through it.
And he needs,
Going to take a little breather here.
And coach is probably talking to him, saying, "You've got to stay calm." And
yeah, there's a lot of game left for him to play with the yellow card.
Absolutely.
Last thing you want to do is have him be missing for the rest of this game. And I don't know, did they do it in high school rules where if you get a red card, you miss the next game?
Yeah, well, it used to be, yes. So I'm assuming that rule stays the same. 2 yellows are going to create a red, and you're out. Yes. But there's a thing called dissent. If you begin to object to a call, referees, the center ref can hit you with a card just for dissent. You want to be careful of that. Just remain calm and cooler heads.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll try not to criticize so much. Frankfort High trying to do a little work here. Western Hills has kind of grown back into this game ever since that first goal.
Yeah, and it just becomes that it chips away a little bit of your confidence, and so Western Hills is going to have to keep battling forward. Look for those opportunities and take advantage of it and play that
Get
space.
Substitutions coming in. I didn't mean to step on you
you're
there,
good.
but we'll get coming out of the game there will be Ty Hancock, and I know one of our players coming in was Thiago Pares, who also plays football for Frankfort High. Excuse me. I knew I was going to do it at least once. And there's a foul. We called it clear. That was that looked like it might have been a foul to me. And that would have been a penalty. And that was Vermillion, who's come back into the next. Yeah, that was Vermillion. He's come back into the game, and seeing some spirited play now from both sides, and this is kind of what you expect to see out of a crosstown rivalry.
And a couple subs coming in.
Coming back into the game for Western Hills.
Shafor Gawande coming in too.
Gawande is, he'll come in for Carter Gilbert, and coming back in as well with number 12, Greg Meyer, the freshman for Western Hills. Cleared out. I believe that goal may have woken Western Hills up a little bit. They've had been able to get a little bit going forward towards that Frankfort High goal.
Yeah, Hernandez has just got to step up a little bit higher. He can't come back and play it. He's got to look for those openings.
Nice footwork there by Vermillion. He's on the run. He had a man out to his left. And this one's going to go the way of Western Hills.
Yeah. Vermillion was calling for a little hip check, and then he picked the ball up. Referee called a handball and play on.
And as you said, you know, that involving Vermillion, now that he's got that card, he's got to really be careful.
Yes, sir.
Just the man in question playing the ball
Nice
up top.
through ball. Nice
what
play.
a header into the path
Well
of
done.
Pyrus there. Pyrus still with it, still has it. He's got a chance, just takes a shot with the right foot, but no real power behind it. It was kind of flat there, but what a header.
Beautiful
there to
play
get it in the way.
by Coblin. Went up high,
Yeah,
played
that
it
was
right
fantastic.
back. Solid play.
Frankfort High attacking again now.
But the one thing I noticed about Frankfort, I'm sorry, John,
No, it's fine.
but just they're very, very good in their footwork. They're very good in close quarters.
Yeah, when you're that good with your feet, it opens up so much because you don't mind if you We're going to get a dead ball here as the ball played directly to the feet of the official. And this is where Vermillion's got to really kind of watch himself, because a little bit of frustration there with the official. It looked like he was actually holding his hands over his mouth. He wanted to take that free kick quickly, but official in that situation has to make sure that no advantage is gained. It wouldn't have otherwise been gained.
That's why he picked it up, and it was their ball. So. There's also a little self-preservation.
Nice.
He didn't want the players trying to take through them. Little collision. That's a good no call.
Twisting out. Frankfort High again.
It was a little late chip there.
And it looks like the officials gesturing towards the Frankfort High bench that time. Frankfort High will have a free kick here. And I see lining up over this will be Vermillion, and also interested party is Colton Craycraft, a junior, but he's going to be called off of it.
Yeah, it looks like
yeah, they're going to have McLean Barber come up, a senior midfielder, to take the kick here.
Pushed everybody forward.
Gets a lot of foot behind him. What a save that time on an equally impressive strike. Shot from the right side, also saved. TJ Walker
came up big.
Doing well to keep his team in it. Here's Tyron. Puts it up off the crossbar. A lot of action here on the Western Hill side of the field as Frankfort High really threatening, and how they didn't get a goal that time is anybody's guess, but Western Hills still only down by a goal.
Walker, two fantastic saves, and the one off the frame.
There's Reynolds again, and also Vermillion over there, and that's going to be a throw for Frankfort High, and we've got an official stoppage of play.
But how about that strike by Barber?
Yeah, that's incredible. And if anybody's been watching this tournament over the years, we were talking about it a little bit beforehand. About 5 or 6 years ago, as we take a look at that strike, and just so flat, just struck so true. Usually it's so hard to keep those shots down from that distance, but clearly they let him take that for a reason. And then you see the rebound here, as that was Tyron Reynolds, who got a foot to it, nearly got it in there himself. Frankfort High really starting to knock on the door right now.
Western Hills battled strong there. They dodged the bullet, but they're going to get a chance here to regroup.
Yeah, it's really a shame that TJ Walker had that unfortunate situation happen that led to the Frankfort High goal for his sake, because he's played a monster game so far.
Yeah, it just spun out of his hands, and once he gets down in the mix of legs, it's hard to catch.
That was a nice bit of reading the game by Chenme Tope for Western Hills, and they play it forward, trying to get Raul Hernandez into some space. We haven't called his name a lot, just because the play has mostly been on the Western Hills side of the field. They haven't been able to get much going towards that Frankfort High goal. We had a collision over there, and I think the officials just kind of having a little discussion between both the benches there.
Barber shaking it off a little bit, and everybody just kind of calm, cool heads.
He took a pretty big hit over there between the benches.
Yeah.
And we'll play on with the free kick here, as lining up to take that as Shakur Gwandi, the junior.
Yeah. Frankfurt's got a couple players lined up to sub in when the opportunity arises. Just probing, looking for space.
Vermillion trying to pick his spots, lays it off for Barber. Preston Barber plays it back to Gritton. Gritton weaving through defenders. Gritton still with it. Gritton carrying into the box, finally cleared out, but a nice job of really threatening just a kind of a 1-against-5 there, and nearly got something out of it.
Kawande served it up into the box.
Tope crowded out for Western Hills, and still not having cleared the danger are the Wolverines, as Frankfort High just kind of living on that side of the field right now.
Serving them up.
You can see what they were looking for, but I believe that Tyron Reynolds was about a step offside that time.
Yeah. They awarded the offside. But you saw exactly what he was looking for. They served that ball deep, right over his head, looking for him to come in on the third runner.
Yeah, and at that point, you know, with the kind of heat that was on that ball, Reynolds wasn't going to be able to do much besides head it into the path of somebody else. But a lot of times those bang-bang plays is how you end up with goals.
Absolutely. You've got one player run past it. The second player picks it up and buries it in the back of the net.
You stretch that back line. Yep. That's what it's all about. Yep. We've got some substitutions coming in now for Frankfort High. Coming in will be Tyler Miller for the Panthers. And Ty Hancock going to come in as well.
And Reynolds is still up top. Somebody was down there.
Yeah, I thought Reynolds was.
Miller was down.
Looking, and that's going to be a really tricky
close.
one. And
that was a tough play.
Yeah, that one
was
just
a very
sat up
tough
in the
play.
worst way possible for T.J. Walker. And I think, you know, if he hadn't been more aware of this, because it just kind of hung up in the air and took a vicious bounce. And good job by him to be able to get something on it enough to keep it out of the goal.
Yeah, it was like a little sandwich, little chipper.
Again, 1-0, still the score. 6 minutes left in the first half. Frankfort High trying to get in there, and Vermillion that time wins a free kick in the middle of the field. And the official is going to call a timeout here. I think he's just going to maybe settle this one down a little bit. As Vermillion was showing some excitement, I guess you want to say, at having won that free kick. Let's take a look at it again. Coming in from behind, that was Raul Hernandez, just stuck with it and maybe had a little bit of a tug of the shoulder. So they're going to give Ashton Austin the credit for that goal. Number 10. And that's the goal that separates us tonight. There were a lot of people in the goal mouth of Western Hills when they scored that goal. So we do have confirmation Ashton Austin was the scorer, the junior.
We're setting up on the box here.
Ty Hancock.
A set piece.
Standing behind it, as well as Colton Craycraft.
And I would not put anything past taking a strike on goal from here.
It's going to be Craycraft that takes it.
And the wall held firm. Good job on the
really
defense.
Have an angle at it. Western Hills, slight chance to counter here, and again crowded out of it. And Hernandez, I noticed they've moved him back a little bit on the field. He had kind of started out a little bit higher than he's playing now, but I think they just want to, for Western Hills, get him some time on the ball, so they pulled him a little bit further back.
And they're just rolling back too here just to finish out this half with a 1-0, and then we'll get two strung out, two spread out, get too thin up top.
Yeah, and really bar that unfortunate error where Ty Walker just could not, or TJ Walker, excuse me, just could not come down with the ball off of that corner. They've held up pretty well.
I'll tell you, he has made some tremendous saves so far, though. Absolutely kept it tight.
Yeah, and does a nice job of recognizing the play there. He's going to chuck it out here. And, you know, we've talked about Western Hills trying to get this one to the locker rooms, or the benches rather, at 1-0. But you know how we've been referring to the first 5 and last 5 minutes? Well, we've got 4.5 minutes left in this one. And we'll see if something crazy happens here, or if we go in with this scoreline as Tope looking for Hernandez in the middle of the field.
Right idea is a good effort. No, it's not like Hernandez either. Maybe has I think he's got a calf.
Official has seen it here, and Frankfort High going to do the right thing and just play it out. So they have a chance to tend to Raul Hernandez. And it does look like a sore one there. Some nice sportsmanship. You know, we've had a pretty spirited contest, a lot of big challenges, and we'll see what happens here. And yeah, it just looks like maybe it got stepped on a little bit, or just kind of came up limping a little bit. There are a lot of things that can happen, a lot of feet going everywhere and legs and everything. So we certainly hope he's okay, and we hope we see him back in this game at some point. He may just sit for the half at this point.
Yeah, I'm afraid looking at that one though, at first I thought it was maybe just a calf cramp, but looked like maybe an ankle.
Raul Hernandez, the junior, the leading scorer for this Western Hills team, as we mentioned earlier. 9 goals on the season. Frankfort High coming back now. There's Reynolds. Plays it back to Austin, who was credited with that goal that separates these teams. Just coming in to put his foot through it that time is number 18, Adam Gritton. So Western Hills allowed to throw way down the field.
Western Hills throwing 329. Franklin County's in, or Frankfort's applying a little pressure.
Now just gonna back it out as Austin plays it out over to the side. That's McQueen Barber. Plays it on the side to Gwandi.
Gwandi plays it up.
Forward. It's tough for us to see where the line is on the field on the far side, but that one does roll over.
But Frankfort moved that ball, switched fields completely in four touches.
Yeah,
boom,
to have
boom.
the ability to do that is
nice
so
and quick.
important in just keeping the defense guessing. Reynolds staying with it here. It finds its way to Barber. Preston Barber lays it off for Hancock. He wanted to hit that one, but just didn't really have a chance and crowded out of it that time, and eventually finding its way to TJ Walker. Some nice defensive
nifty
shepherding that time.
Yes, nice defensive positioning with the body.
I believe that was Evan Bennett on the back line.
Senior Bennett, yeah.
Here's the ball coming in, and
nice
Walker
save,
had
point
to keep
blank.
his position. It was too far under him for him to really come out and get that one, but a nice job of sticking with it, cutting off the angle to shoot that Barber had over there.
2 minutes running in the half.
And Barber had him point blank, and Walker just shut down the angle.
Yeah,
did
and
exactly what he needed to do.
That's a deceptively hard ball for Barber to hit too, because the way it bounces up like that, there's really only one place you can put that, and that was a good job by Walker again to keep the ball out of his own net.
Yes, yeah. And I can see why Barber is a scorer. And I can also see why he's got 13 assists this year. Because he has played very effectively at that left side.
Minute and change left in this first half. 1-0 your score. Frankfort High still trying to kind of unlock this Western Hills defense.
They've had opportunities, and they've had really good shots, but one thing is TJ Walker coming up big.
That's true.
But that defensive back line got some nice senior leadership too.
Here's Reynolds playing from the left this time. Goes past Lumpkin. Pass in, coming in for the header that time, not making contact, but you can see it was a nice idea. Great cross. A lot of heat on it here by Reynolds. And coming in to try to get the cross there was, I believe that was Hancock.
Yeah, two of them. Two of the Frankfort players had a great opportunity, just off.
We'll have a throw here for Frankfort
I agree
High.
with you, John. Barber laid a beautiful pass up there, right through the box.
Yeah, if that one hits ahead, it's either going to go 50 feet in the air or it's going to go in the back of the net. Frankfort High trying to push one in right before halftime. Not able to get a free shot and laying out to try to take the first timer that time. That was Craycraft.
7, 6, 5,
Frankfort High hustling here, but with 3 seconds left, I believe this is where we're going to end it. The ball comes in and Walker puts his knee to it, and that'll bring us to halftime. 1-0 your score on a goal that was given to Ashton Austin after the corner gets through the hands of TJ Walker. Excuse me, just about the only thing that TJ Walker would say that he didn't do tonight. 1-0 your score. Frankfort High on top of Western Hills. We will bring you highlights and everything else on our halftime show coming up in just a little bit. Stay with us here on Cable 10.
The Game of the Week halftime show is brought to you by Classic Gold. Art-carved class rings are available at Classic Gold Master Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
Classic Gold Master Jewelers has an amazing selection of jewelry that anyone will love. Classic Gold also provides custom services like pearl restringing, engraving, watch repair, ring resizing, and custom designs. Classic Gold Master Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
It is halftime. The lights are up here at Benny Watkins Field, 1-0 in this crosstown rivalry game. The Frankfort High Panthers on top of the Western Hills Wolverines. Welcome to our halftime show, brought to you by Classic Gold Master Jewelers. And tell me a little bit about what you saw here in this first half, David.
I think I saw a really aggressive, offensively skilled Frankfort High School team. Put everything they had, really threw a lot at Western Hills. But Western Hills defense played solid. T.J. Walker came up big in the net. And just a 1-0 game. Second half, it's wide open.
Yeah, and just a lot to really get into here as Frankfort High had so many chances. That one nearly sneaking in, and that was unfortunately the save right there that set up this corner, which is where the lone goal in this game was scored, and that one was punched in the back, and they credit, and you see right there, that was Ashton Austin coming in to
number 10,
to kind of side foot that one in, and that was our yellow card that was given to Ethan Vermillion.
And that's one thing I want to make sure I would like to ensure. I'd love to see the players keep cool heads in the second half, play smart ball.
Yeah, and I think maybe the halftime break will help everybody kind of process what we just saw and set up for the second half. And we'll have all that second half action for you. Stay with us here on the 41st District Tournament broadcast on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, finding an honest and reputable agent is essential for a positive experience. Meet Mary Cook, an Exit Crutcher realtor. She believes in serving her clients with honesty and integrity. Her experience includes lending, appraisals, contracts, and closings. More importantly, Mary will be with you every step along the process. Contact Mary today to discuss how she can help you with your real estate needs. At Exit Crutcher Realtor, real estate is what we do and families are why we do it. Call Mary at 502-320-9060 or text mcook to 85377.
Yeah, this is Joe. You need a tree removed from your yard? Yeah, I can do that for you.
Don't take a chance on any Joe Schmo. Call Estate Tree Service for all your tree care needs. Since 1957, Estate Tree Service has provided safe, quality tree care at a fair rate. From tree removal and pruning to stump grinding and debris cleanup, we've got you covered. Call the trusted professionals at Estate Tree Service today.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and traditional bank is the fourth bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
It's all over if they hit this field goal.
Buying or selling a home can be as exciting as winning the big game on a last-second field goal. Or it can be just as devastating if the kick doesn't go in.
And the kick goes up, and it's no good. Home team loses.
That's why in real estate it always helps to be on a winning team. Choose Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher.
Real estate is what we do.
And families are why we do it.
Wait, how'd you get in here?
Game of the Week is brought to you by Estate Tree Service. We have a solution for all your tree care needs. Estate Tree Service provides expert tree care and preservation. Call 502-229-5258 for a free estimate. Game of the Week is brought to you by Traditional Bank. When your business is looking to win, with tough competition around every corner, you need high performers backing you up. Traditional Bank's local team will stand by your side as a trusted partner, your friendly neighbor, and your biggest fan. It's time to make the switch. Traditional Bank, member FDIC.
Bob Allen of Frankfort is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Shop Bob Allen for a winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, all dealmaker priced.
Click and save today
at boballenfrankfurt.com.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Bob Allen. Bob Allen is Frankfort's dealmaker. Shop Bob Allen for a winning selection of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, as well as pre-owned. Click and save at boballenfrankfurt.com. Bob Allen is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. Game of the Week is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. Choose local realtors that treat you like family, because real estate is what we do and families are why we do it. Game of the Week is brought to you by North American Insurance. North American Insurance Services provides for all your health, life, home care, Medicare, supplemental health, annuities, and long-term care. Call Mark Keedle and let us prepare your unique plan today. 606-356-7774.
This bed's too hard. This bed's too soft. This bed's just right. Come check out our new store. 316 Versailles Road behind McDonald's. Our new store is just right.
I'd like to invite you into our newest location, 316 Versailles Road. We have a large selection of furniture in stock for you to take home with you today. And like my three little bears just said, everything is just right.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Whitehead Hancock. Whitehead Hancock Plumbing has been serving Frankfort families for more than 100 years. You can trust Whitehead Hancock for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and septic needs. Call them today at 502-227-2213 for 24-hour emergency service or visit their website at whiteheadhancock.com.
Despite the best intentions, sometimes a marriage just doesn't work out. I'm attorney Doug Howard of the Howard Law Group. A divorce can cost you thousands of dollars in lawyer's fee alone. That's why I created uncontesteddivorce.law. If you have an uncontested divorce and both parties are willing to sign all documents, you'll only pay a flat fee plus court costs. Why spend more on your divorce than you did on your wedding cake? When a divorce is just a divorce, life demands simple.
Since 1949, Franklin Goins Insurance has been providing great rates on auto, home, business, and life insurance. Franklin Goins Insurance.
Franklin's got you covered.
Tune in to Around 10, Frankfort's very own morning show. We cover all the happenings in the capital city every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. live on Cable 10, Facebook, and YouTube. Remember, if it happens around town, it's on Around 10.
We've played one. We've got one to go. 40 more minutes left to decide this one if it does not end in a tie. But Frankfort High up 1-0 on Western Hills. We're back at Benny Watkins Field alongside David Daly. John Piesheimer here with you. 41st District Tournament action brought to you by David Toll's Auto Pro and Exit Realty Crutcher. We want to thank them for allowing us to bring all of this to you, and want to thank you for watching. If you're watching us on Facebook, if you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Cable 10, we just appreciate being able to bring you all this action.
1-0 going into the second half, and anything can happen. Western Hills has maintained a solid, stiff line. TJ Walker has played excellent first half, and just looking for that opportunity. I don't see Hernandez out.
Yeah, that's he came up with kind of a, looked like it was a maybe twisted ankle right before the end of the first half. If he can't make it back, that would be tough for Western Hills, and also be a shame just because, you know, the offensive capability that he provides for this Wolverine team, and
he's their leading scorer.
Something to go forward here.
Trying to see on the bench, I don't see him over there with ice. I don't see him sitting with ice, or is that him on the very end? It might be. He may have rolled that ankle and was unable to finish.
Western Hills gets a throw here, but it's deep in their own half. Now they'll concede to throw here to Frankfort High, and this might be a problem area. TJ Walker takes a big hit. That's going to come the other way. Nice job by Walker. I think you probably heard footsteps, but stepped in, and he is still down. Might have had the wind knocked out of him there.
Yeah, you can't. And we were talking about that in the women's game, the first half.
Yeah.
You have to stay off the goalie, the goalkeeper.
That was Preston Barber coming in, and you want your attacker to go pursue the ball and go get the ball and make it difficult for the goalkeeper, but you also have to play within the boundaries of the rules. And I think we're going to have a little bit of a stoppage here, but I think TJ Walker going to be able to stay in this game.
You do have to give him a clear field to come up and down. Yes.
Yeah. Got to give a lot of credit to this kid. He's had such a big game tonight.
And only a junior.
Ball comes in and is headed forward well that time out of the air by Greg Meyer, number 12, the freshman. Frankfort High on the attack now.
Tyron Reynolds serves the ball in the middle. Nice movement.
It's a nice ball chipped forward, and they're going to test TJ Walker immediately, and Walker able to grab that one, so doesn't seem to be too worse for wear from that big hit. And you know, we talked about it earlier, for all the attacking prowess that Frankfort High has shown and all the shots on goal, really their only goal in that first half came off of a corner which just sailed through the hands of TJ Walker and really just kind of nudged into the goal.
Got caught up in the scrum right there at the goal line.
Yeah.
And Ashton Austin was able to find the back of the net.
So that's something for Western Hills to really hang their hat on. But Reynolds here
Reynolds
with a
makes
shot,
a good
and
strike.
That's going to be a finish, and that's going in. As soon as I say that, Frankfort High strikes again, and coming off of the right side, I believe that is Preston Barber, who punched it in. Big time shot, and just stayed with the play, and Walker seems to be back down. Another big hit. He's had a rough couple, and it might just be frustration there. Let's take a look at this again, because this is a great job staying with it. Nice job there by Tyron Reynolds, taking the shot, forcing a save, and really the dive to make that save just completely left TJ Walker out of position, and ball just punched in there.
And it just hit that back post and buried in there. And I think he was just frustrated that, man, I saw it there. You gotta appreciate the effort.
Was it number 2 there that scored? I was trying to see who scored. I had a little bit of confusion there.
It may have been Carter Gilbert, because it did look like the 7 and 2 are kind of from that distance easy to get mixed up. That gives us a 2-0 score, and that was in the
Yeah.
45th minute. Yeah, 45th minute.
We talked about it first 5 in the last 5 minutes, and right on cue.
Yeah. Just as the teams are trying to get their feet underneath themselves defensively, it's a prime opportunity for a aggressive offensive assault.
Yeah, and that's a tough one, especially for that Western Hills back line, because, you know, you've got everybody kind of rotating back, and, you know, TJ Walker goes to get the save. And confirmation there that it was Carter Gilbert with the goal. So I apologize for crediting the goal of that man, Preston Barber. But as he puts another one in, we'll hold that thought for a second. Ball played out.
Plays it up.
Tope just being harassed that time and going to the ground again. We talked about it earlier. He's taken a little bit of a beating there in the midfield, but it has played strong and not shied away from any of it.
And Tope's work rate has been very strong.
Yeah, going back to that goal, it's one of those situations where, as a back line, you got to have somebody that's covering that far post run on that just in case the ball gets through. It was really tough on TJ Walker that time because he did a good job to make the initial save.
Yes, he did.
But making that left him completely out of the position and left basically the entire mouth of the goal open.
Yeah, but it was a very opportune strike. Carter Gilbert picked that up on the first touch.
It was nice run.
First strike, yeah.
Keep that going, and we had a little bit of a no call there as TJ Walker able to grab that one up. It looked like there might have been a foul there in the build-up to that on Tyron Reynolds, but nothing called. This play continues here, and it looks like we might be getting a little bit of rain here as the crowd is starting to kind of react to that, and that'll make things pretty interesting here in the buildup. We had kind of been threatening all night. We had figured that we might get some rain, and here we are. So
yeah, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to affect surface and the ball.
Yeah, and just playing on that wet surface, you know, with the turf, that's got to play a lot differently than you expect to play it to on dirt or on grass, excuse me. Been too much in the horse industry and thinking turf and dirt.
Well, usually this time of year it is a lot of dirt if you are playing on a turf field.
We'll go the other way here. Frankfort High now up 2-0, and if you're going to look at this, I don't think the two people you would have picked out to score the goals would have been Carter Gilbert and Ashton Austin, but that's where we are.
Now with Hernandez out, Baylor Brooker, number 13, is going to be the leading scorer on the field for Western Hills.
Again. There's Carter Gilbert.
Yeah, there's Carter Gilbert. He's
back up top.
The goal scorer.
And he's going to win a corner out of this one.
Yes, sir.
A lot of top spin on that.
Now, Frankfort has delivered some excellent set pieces off these corners. So let's see where this one goes.
Seven minutes and change gone. 2-0 your score.
Barber's going to set it up, take it to the right foot. It'll be an outswinger. Means this can come from the goal out. Short.
Nice
inside.
pace on it. It falls right into the path of Gilbert. Had a shot there, but gave it up. And that snap shot there with the left foot by Reynolds just couldn't keep it down.
Yeah. And I don't believe that's Reynolds' natural foot either. So that was a left footer.
If I had tried that, I think my shoe might have landed in the goal. I don't know what else would have.
Yeah.
I think we'd still be waiting for the ball to come down if I even hit it.
But it's a sign of a well-coached and a well-practiced player is that they have the ability to strike the ball well and move well with both feet. That you're not bound by one side.
Oh, nice little
touch.
dink there by number 18, Gritton, and threatening now. TJ Walker just kind of calmly let it roll to him, understanding the pace of it. But like you said, just a wonderful little flick on by Gritton.
Yeah, we used to call that nifty.
Yeah, let's take a look here, and you can see from our camera behind the goal that TJ Walker is a little worse for wear. He's having a lot of trouble moving around right now, trying to tough it out. And we certainly hope he's not too terribly hurt.
He's definitely a gamer.
Yeah, he's had a big game tonight.
It's 2-0, and second half, they still got 31 minutes to go.
Ball finds its way back to Dalton Pearl, and he hasn't had a whole lot to do in this game.
No. If this holds true, Dalton Pearl went up with a nice shutout, but we still got a lot of ball to play.
That one cleared out.
Hernandez going down though.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's put a kink in some of the plans for Western Hills offense though. That definitely doesn't help.
Here's Tope. Nice job to get the ball in cross field and just trying to get a foot to it. That time was number 13, Baylor Brooker.
Yeah. And Brooker's played hard. He's played hard tonight.
And that clearance played right into the path of Reynolds. He's got a little bit of space. Nice flick on that time, and coming in to take that shot with the right foot was Preston Barber, but a nice job of running over to cover.
Josh Lumpkins just shadowed him in and just kept him from getting a good strike.
Yeah, and that's a senior move. That's a captain
Absolutely.
move. Lumpkins just pulled to keep
Solid.
his team in this game, because if you get down 3 goals the way this has been going, I don't know if you come back from that, even though we've got a lot of time left here.
Yeah. You've got to maintain a little bit of pressure. 2 is still not unsurmountable. It's tough, but it's not unsurmountable. 3 gets very difficult.
Yeah, especially when you've had as little of the ball as Western Hills has had tonight. Here come the Wolverines, though, trying to even things out a little bit as Chase Kroom has the ball stripped from him. Nice job there defending. I believe that was TJ Hancock that just swept it away. Now the Wolverines will go to work again. Ball over
nice
the top
run by
plate.
Brooker.
There to Brooker. Brooker just trying to get his foot to it.
Oh, good. Right idea. He saw the run coming. He saw his teammate Lance Sutley coming in there, and Brooker was trying to play it into the space.
Yeah, and you just,
Very
that
good.
point, you give the goalkeeper something to have to worry about, and if they make a mistake, the ball spills out, you're right there.
Absolutely. Got to
Nice
be in a
little
position to
through ball play
score.
that time.
Yep. Good job. Way to come out of your goal, TJ Walker.
Now, in your years coaching, did you ever run into that sort of situation where, you were down a little bit, and we'll see where this play goes, and we'll come back to that as here's Brooker again. And earns himself a free kick. Kind of finish that thought. Did you ever have a situation kind of like what Western Hills is facing, where you've got a player that is so much your attack going down and just kind of having to pick up the pieces after that? What do you tell your kids in that situation?
Yeah, that's kind of whenever you challenge them. You say, look, you know, it's up to you. You got to pick it up. We got to step up. He is down. We got to step our game up. The next person's got to step up. The next challenge go. And what I'm seeing is Baylor Brooker step up and take that. I'm seeing Chime Tope step up and take that.
Tope stepping up to take the free kick here. It's a curler over to the far post.
Well played ball. Tough strike.
Tope tried to take that one first time and missed everything, and Frankfort High back on the attack here. A nice little cut back that time by Craycraft, and they're just going to settle it down and try to rebuild here. Crossing fields. Ball comes over to Barber. Plays
nice
it into
build
the middle.
up. Nice play.
Found its way back to Craycraft. Here's Barber. He's got a shot on goal, and that's going to be
He's
the
back on the
fourth
back of
goal
the
of the
net.
night. Excuse me, the third goal tonight. What a nice finish that time by Barber on the far side.
Barber adds to his total for the year.
Yeah, that was a beautiful finish.
Yeah.
And a nice
Just a
ball
great-
to get him into space, too.
Yeah,
If we can take a look at the replay here, we see it now. And that was, I believe Vermillion got a little bit of a foot to that and just kind of rested
Flicked it, yeah.
into the path of Barber. A nice shot by Barber to kind of check his run a little bit and stay onside.
But that buildup came all the way from the back.
Yeah, and TJ Walker had committed to covering that near post, and that just opened up so much of the goal for Barber. And 3-0 your score. We talked about it earlier. Now you're looking up at that 3-0 as if it's a huge mountain to have to
That's gonna
climb.
be that is a hard one to get over.
Especially not having your leading scorer on the field. Even though I tried to credit them with 4 goals instead of 3, apparently.
Yeah.
There's Vermillion. Plays it through. Nice run that time. Coming in by Tyler Miller. Centers it. Still going after it. And that time able to clear it is Western Hills. And they're trying to come the other way now. 4-on-3. 3 men for Western Hills.
Just don't have the numbers.
But nice job playing the ball forward.
Greg Meyer.
There's Greg Meyer, the freshman. Looking towards goal, and Dawson Pearl having to come out and make the grab that time, because looking to run onto that was Lance Sutley. It was a nice job by the freshman, Greg Meyer, to get something towards the mouth of goal that time. And he's got a headband on. I don't remember seeing that in the first half. I don't know if he got a head injury or not. Western Hills back with it now.
Mason Crothwaite holding down the center and the defense here for Western Hills.
Now Frankfort High going to try to play it from the back. Some nice hold-up play that time. Reynolds pays it out left to Barber. Finds Vermillion, but just kind of caroms off of his shin. And now Western Hills attacking. Here's Tope. Cutting back and left a little bit of that too much out there.
Not enough pace, yeah.
Friendly bounce off of the Panthers. Western Hills will get it back. Tope this time finding Greg Meyer.
They're building up some numbers.
This will be a throw for Western Hills. Right in front of the stands here. We've got a pretty decent crowd here that have stuck around for the nightcap here. There's a throw in from Brooker, a collision on the throw in. That was Colin Armstrong coming out on the worst end of that. Looked like he collided with Coblin. Western Hills on the attack now, and I believe they're going to call that straightforward as TJ Walker, who's clearly still visibly limping, had to come out and really make a last-ditch challenge on that, and deemed to be a clean challenge as Preston Barber was attacking on the far side. And we're going to get somebody, I think we're finally, TJ Walker's probably seen all the action he's going to tonight.
So.
We're going to get our substitute goalkeeper coming in. I believe that's Will Nguyen coming in. If I have mispronounced that last name, I apologize. Will Nguyen,
a freshman. Win.
So I've heard that pronounced 2 different ways, and as is my custom, I got the wrong one.
So it will win. It's call right there, Barber. The shove in the back of Tope.
Still a lot of fight in Western Hills so far, even though they're looking up at a 3-0 lead.
They got 23 minutes, and I think right now what they're looking for is they're going to keep on pushing. And they want them to find the back of the net. They want to feel the back of the net. They've struggled this year in finding the net. They have a minus 13 goal differential. Defensively, they're pretty strong, but just cannot mount that offense.
And the trouble with that, too, in the limited amount of possession they've had, is linking up, because it does take a little bit of concentration to think, to look and find the guy. And when you've been just chasing shadows all night as they have, you physically and mentally, you get so tired that it's hard to be able to flip that switch, go from defense to offense. And that's one of the trickiest things about soccer in the best of times. And when you're tired, it can be even tougher.
And then you've got so much ground to cover when you're back on defense, and then you're going to stretch it out for an attack. Then you got to recover back and fill back in. The ball rolled right through the box.
Shot
well
with the
struck.
Right foot,
oh,
hit
the post.
Side bar. The follow shot blocked off that time. Frankfort High again denied by the woodwork.
That was a screamer. Wen saw it coming. It was a ripper coming through as a worm burner.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing was zipping.
A lot of power in that shot. I believe it took a deflection through. That was Adam Gritton putting his foot through it.
Got another corner coming.
It's a flat corner. And that time Western Hills aware of the situation and just not able to get much out of that was, I believe that was Hancock coming in, and that'll be a Western Hills goal kick.
Yeah. Play that one short, and look and see, maybe that might catch him short side.
There's Tope. Plays it forward to Meyer. Meyer with the searching ball across field. He was looking for Lance Sutley, who's come a little bit further forward here in this second half. Dawson Pearl just rolls it out. Frankfort High comfortable playing out of the back here with a 3-0 lead. That was McLean Barber playing that one up into the Western Hills half of the field, but the Wolverines get back on it here. There's Meyer cutting back, looking for some space to play the ball into. He's got Lumpkins on the far side. And Lumpkins really towing the line there.
Western Hills is showing some possession, trying to build, probing, just messed up the linkage. But they are still fighting there, still battling.
Far side is Frankfort High.
Found some space in the middle of the field.
Western Hills gets the ball back. Here's Meyer, the freshman.
Oh,
was looking for Lance Sutley over there, but shanked it a little bit on the pass.
Yeah, and whenever Western Hills is applying some pressure here, they're just outnumbered.
And that was a pretty clear handball that time. Just one of those incidental handballs that just kind of rode up on him. But
they didn't call that. That's just throwing.
Yeah, well
John,
same result either way.
But I've been very surprised at the lack of handballs that were called. So, but it's a little different. It could be the emphasis has been less on the incidental handball, and say we're not going to call them.
In any event, the Panthers threatening once again.
But denied by a good, solid center Western Hills defense.
The player for Western Hills was tying his shoe. That was Colin Armstrong, who was down trying to tie his shoe, and all of a sudden he saw the play developing right in front of him. Had to kind of break off of that and maybe do a little defending. There's Frankfort High threatening again. The ball finds its way over. And that's Reynolds. Lays it off, and here's the left-footed shot. Runs into a Wolverine. Rebound. Another shot, another deflection by Western Hills. Frankfort High really trying to test that goal. And the goalkeeper, Will Wynn, coming in to replace TJ Walker, who got banged up, and the ball finds its way. And that's a nice looking finish that time on the deflection by Tyron Reynolds. Looked like it just deflected off his chest, bounced high, but he showed some nice concentration there, just swung his right foot at it, and just like that, it is now 4-0 Frankfort High.
Valiant effort back there by Nick Armstrong, and he saw it there and just wasn't able to.
I don't think there was any saving that unless you're standing right in front of that when you're not saving that. There was a lot of heat on that ball from 5 feet out. Not much you can blame the replacement goalkeeper Will Wynn for.
Yeah, that was a screamer.
And now I would say with 18:40 left in this one for Western Hills, unfortunately, we've seen crazier things happen, but it might just be getting close to being academic.
I believe so. It hasn't been that propensity.
And this is the scoreline we saw when the last time these two teams went up against each other, with Frankfort High defeating Western Hills 4-0.
4-0, yeah.
They want to better that here, and that time Nguyen able to keep that shot from distance going in. Now they're going to try to get things going quickly. That was Baylor Brooker just trying to kind of keep it in at any way possible, but it might have been to his own benefit that one went out because it was being played deep into his own half at that point.
They're still applying pressure. They're still pushing on them.
Yeah.
They still are looking for it. Western Hills has not quit. They haven't rolled over.
They want to get a goal here. And
big long service.
There's a right-footed shot. Nice job of really putting his body on the line to keep that one out. And the rebound shot.
I think that one went up to the school.
Yeah. 3 points on that one for.
That was Adam Gritton, I believe. Maybe drove that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a nice bit of defending there before that for Western Hills to stop that shot from coming in. Stopping the initial shot. Got a couple of substitutions coming in. Number 2, Jarrett Stevens coming in for Western Hills. We'll give you the other ones when we pick them up. Josh Lumpkins tries to play the ball out from the back, but Frankfort High taking it back again. And Frankfort High kind of switched off there. Western Hills almost had something going. They may still, but bounced up onto the arm of Jarrett Stevens. And Western Hills will play the ball in now. Dispossessing Reynolds in the middle of the field, though. Not going to let that go on the far side as Jarrett Stevens with the tackle and just got a little bit too much.
Just came in from behind. And
that was Carter Gilbert on the far side, who's still down. Maybe just kind of.
I think he was taking a.
Yeah, that's one of those things where.
Taking a breath for a moment and adjust your socks.
Kind of that, you know, just the professional way to take 5 there. That was a nice job that time by Will
ball.
Wynn.
Yes, sir. Well-struck ball, Wynn, yeah.
To take command there, Western Hills, and get Western Hills back on the attack quickly here. There was a collision, and they're going to call that. I believe that's just going to be a Western Hills throw that way, and Vermillion. No, excuse me, that is
17.
That was Colton Craycraft who talked his way into the book that time.
That was little dissension, I believe.
Yeah, and I apologize. I thought the 17 was 11 because I was looking at it from up here. Again, those numbers are a little hard for us to read, but at least that's what I'll try to blame it on.
No, I'll back up on that, John. It is a little difficult. Those double-digit numbers are a little bit tough.
Western Hills getting a little bit more of the ball now, but they've also got a 4-goal deficit looking up at, and time is running out if they want to get something on the scoreboard here. Here's Meyer. He's gotten some valuable minutes in that midfield. It was a nice ball, kind of speculative, but he did make Dawson Pearl come out of his own penalty area to try to punch it out.
Come up and played it out across the touchline for a throw in.
And it's a throw in deep on the Frankfort High side.
Brooker flips it over to Joey Kurtzinger. Kurtzinger's going to make a big long throw.
Starting at the track. And we've got a player who's in a little bit of distress. That's Chase Kroon, who looks like he might have stretched out. The way it's looking walking off, we might have had a bit of a groin muscle or something like that. Hamstring, it's tough to tell, but does look to be in some amount of pain and finding it hard to walk right now, so we certainly hope that's nothing serious.
Here's the throw in, trying to get it down to the corner.
Yeah,
see if they can.
Trying to get a corner kick out of it. Instead, they have a chance there, and not clearing it well is the Frankfort High defense, but Dawson Pearl.
Pearl had to go down for that one.
Aware of the situation and covers it up and keeps his clean sheet. Nice ball out from Pearl that time. Plays it right to the feet. Tyler Miller. Nice battle that time between Bryson Cox for Frankfort High and Mason Crothway. Crothway coming out the better on him.
He came up all the way from his center back spot and pulled the ball through midfield. Well done.
Frankfort High able to just pry the ball away. That was Thiago Pires on the far side there. Come the Wolverines that time, just not really linking up. Our Baylor Brooker and Colin Armstrong. Western Hills will have another chance at it.
Frankfort plays it back up the flank here, right at the touch line. Western Hills is playing it into the right spots. They just don't have the numbers. Don't have the numbers up front.
Yeah, I think
got an
Cox
offside
that
call
time
here.
might have been just a couple steps offside. And looks like he might have come up a little bit gimpy on that.
I think he got a foot stepped on.
Yeah.
You catch a cleat on top of a foot, you know you've been stepped on.
Yeah, and that's a tough one. And may not look like much up in the stands, but I'm sure being out there on the field, it's really painful. Here's Pearl. He has to do a little bit of work, and he's out of his goal. And now Western Hills with their best chance so far to score. Pearl just a little bit bailed out that time, but able to wrap it up and keep his composure.
Brooker stayed with that one and kept trying to put some pressure on him.
We've got a handball on the other side that time.
That was tough.
His ball bounced up and hit Pires in the arm. Western Hills looking to get on that scoreboard, give themselves a little bit of moral victory here to go home with.
Mount a little bit of attack, had a little energy there. But Brooker went after it, came close. It was a nice battle in there.
Really efforting to chase that ball across the field was Tyler Miller for Frankfort High.
Nice play by Mason Crossway. Drew the foul.
Yeah,
play the ball
Cox
forward.
A little bit too much in that challenge. And that's going to go over the top of the head of Reynolds, and Western Hills has a chance at it here, trying to keep the ball in bounds. We're going to get a throw for one of the sides. We've got a substitution coming in. As you see the replay here of that play in Pearl, that's just kind of the worst spot to be in as a goalkeeper, because you've made the decision to come out for it. And if it takes an awkward bounce, or if somebody gets right in front of you and you aren't able to get to it, you're just dead to rights, and, you know, just kind of riding your luck to see if it's going to go out or not. And we see right now we've got a Baylor Brooker who's down for Western Hills. He's fought really hard in there. Crossway coming back onto the field for the Wolverines.
Brooker looks like he is hurt.
Yeah, I hate to see that.
Yeah, he is played a heck of a game. No quitting that young man.
Here's Armstrong, tried to lay it out for Chinmay Tope.
Lumpkins trying to battle on the far touchline.
Wins a throw right in front of the Frankfort High bench.
I guess the numbers down. Frankfort High, Western Hills does.
Jared Stevens is on the ball there, number 2 on the far side. Ball finds its way out to Armstrong. Trying to lay it off there for Crossway. And that time Dawson Pearl able to just run over and calmly pick it up. We're under the 10-minute mark remaining. 4-0 your score. Frankfort High well on top here and looking to punch their ticket into the finals to take on Great Crossing. We'll have that for you here Thursday night. If you didn't get a chance to watch the game before we went on with this game, it was the Western Hill girls defeating Frankfort High in that one, and they will move on to take on the Lady Warhawks of Great Crossing. That'll be our opener Thursday night. Make sure you join us for the championships for the boys and girls of the 41st District right here on Cable 10. We're having some players kind of switching around position right now for Frankfort High.
A little bit over aggressive there. Yeah, we got some younger players coming in, some players with a little less experience, but trying to give everybody a little taste of district action.
Yeah,
district
like
tournament play.
Taylor Dunnigan is on now on the front right, the left side of the field up top for Frankfort High. Panthers trying to play left to right, right to left, excuse me.
Ashton Allen also is playing up top for Frankfort.
They're going to try to get him another goal. He opened up the scoring tonight on that deflection.
No, this is Ashton Allen.
Not Ashton Osmond.
Yeah. Number 28. Yeah.
So it is, thank you.
Yeah. Well, you got two Ashtons. Nice ball.
Yeah,
With good
nice
defense, Wade.
Nice
well
job
done.
coming over.
Mason Crothwaite read that. He saw the pass coming through, stepped through, and picked it up. Even though Will Wynn was there.
And there's a lot of pride on the line, just trying to not let the score get any more out of hand than it already is. Nice job twisting, still with it. Right-footed shot comes off of a Wolverine. Back with it, and that's going to be a goal scored.
Ball.
That
looks like Vermillion.
I believe Ty Hancock coming in to score that.
That was.
Ty Hancock with the right foot.
Better eyes than men.
Y'all just set up perfectly for him and punched it in, and that is, now we are at 5-0.
Yeah, he played that back across his body.
Yeah, it was just a deflection and was punched out by Crosswaith, and perfect spot for Hancock to get a little bit of a run up onto it and pick the spot perfectly. 5-0 your score.
And the rain's coming down pretty decent now.
Yeah. You can see it out there. 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in this one.
It's an awful big hole, but
the scoreboard on the field said 9-0, and I was wondering where all those goals came from. I tried to credit Frankfort with an extra one earlier, but I don't even have that kind of missing of it. But we've straightened it out right now, and
yeah.
There's a lot of action going on. We're all just trying to keep up, and we appreciate everybody here at Benny Watkins Field, everybody involved with putting this tournament on. It's
been a first class,
wonderful crew here. We appreciate everybody with Community Q coming up to give us some great barbecue here. If you haven't had that, it's worth coming out all on its own. But if you can't make it out here to have that on Thursday night, you'll want to join us because we're going to have all the championship action for you. And you said it, David. Got a little bit more rain coming down at this point. There's the shot from distance from Cox that was always going high and wide. I think the scoreline may be a little bit harsh on Western Hills' defense, just the kind of way it's been. They've fought really hard. Never an ounce of quit in this team, and
no,
Frankfort High just a lot of, in a lot of ways have shown their class here tonight too. Just, they're scoring right about their average. They average about 5 goals a game, and that's right where they sit at the moment. That'll bring them up to 94 goals total on the season if it stays like it is right now, which is an 8, for 21 games. It's just a monster amount to put in. I mean, you're really creeping up there to that 5 goals a game, which is so impressive.
Pretty large. Even in high school soccer, it's a pretty large number.
And this will push their record out to 18-4-1 on the season. They'll move on to take on Great Crossing, and they will also have a shot in the 11th region. Will the Panthers, and the shoulder coming in late. I don't think there was any malice in that. It was just a coming together. There is William Fox there He's going to lob it in and try to challenge Pearl, and just didn't really have any hook on it, and Pearl was more than happy just to watch that roll out of bounds.
Yep, just let that one shepherd on through.
3.5 minutes left in this one.
You know, Western Hills took a couple blows first half, leading score. Hernandez goes down. That didn't help, and then they lost their starting keeper.
Yeah, it changes the entire complexion of the game because
yeah.
TJ Walker, we had referred to it so many times, how impressive he had been, and just that sort of that bang play off of the corner where he got hurt, and you know, give him credit, he really tried to gut it out, but just in the end couldn't continue.
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit too tender.
This one rolls into the hands of Will Nguyen, the replacement, the freshman. Not the way he'd want to get those minutes, but getting some minutes here. We've got a few new players. Ashton Allen, who has not scored despite me trying to tell everyone he has. Joe comes in, trying to turn on it. That time was number 33. That was Jago Chigoya. Frankfort High taking this chance to clear the benches a little bit.
2 minutes remaining in the half. 2 minutes.
And Gwandi coming in late there, and he's going to pick up a card for that. Maybe, I think they're just going to kind of let that go. I thought he was a little bit late, but they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt of not hearing the whistle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not, yeah. It was a little bit.
They call it cheeky.
Yeah, cheeky play. Yeah, yeah. A little aggressive, yeah. Not playing the ball. We call off-ball action.
Yeah. Ball comes in deep from Meyer that time. You know, a minute and a half left. We want to see this
just
end with no more people hurt than we've had. And, you know, and that's the thing about these crosstown rivalries. There's a lot of spirit behind them, a lot of agitation, but also these people, all three schools here, they all share the same town, and I think there's a mutual respect that just kind of underpins all this, because these are your friends and neighbors, and we always like seeing these rivalries too. A lot of times you'll see the kids, because they've known each other for years, even with different schools, you know, they'll be talking to each other and kind of catching up after the game, so it's always good to see.
Because they played youth league together, they played maybe a select team together, so there was a lot of extra connections.
Let's wind this one up here. Make sure to stay with us for the end of the game. We'll have the play of the game, we'll have some highlights, and we'll cap this one off as Frankfort High will move on to take on the Great Crossing Warhawks. I'm really excited to see that game.
Will Nguyen with a nice save.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Pull this one back, and time is running down. You can hear it.
Yep.
With that, we come to the end of night 2 as Frankfort High well on top of Western Hills, taking this one 5-0. The Panthers will move on to play Great Crossing in game 2 of the championship round on Thursday night. Stay with us. We're going to have highlights and your play of the game here on the 41st District Tournament coverage on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
And put a bow on.
The Game of the Week Play of the Game is brought to you by Bill McCoy Insurance Agency, celebrating over 46 years in business. With over 15 companies to shop and collectively over 100 years of experience, call, visit us, or request quotes on BillMcCoyInsuranceAgency.com.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Bill McCoy Insurance, celebrating over 46 years in business. With over 15 companies to shop, call us or visit our office for quotes.
And it's just starting to clear out here at Benny Watkins Field on the campus of Franklin County as night 2 of the 41st District Tournament has come to an end. Frankfort High on top of Western Hills, 5-0. The Panthers moving on to the championship round to take on Great Crossing. And Frankfort High really impressive tonight, and one of the most impressive players is going to be our play of the game scorer here. That's Tyron Reynolds. Swinging his foot through it. Nice finish there off the corner.
Just brought that ball in, settled it down, knew exactly where it was on the goal face, and buried a nice shot.
A lot of skilled players for Frankfort High, and we're going to look forward to seeing them take on some of the more skilled players for Great Crossing. That one's going to be Thursday night. We'll leave you with some highlights. Make sure you join us on Thursday. We'll have all the coverage of the boys and the girls as Western Hills takes on Great Crossing with the girls, and Frankfort High, who you just saw over Western Hills tonight, will take on Great Crossing to determine who goes home with the 41st District Tournament Championship. So join us on Thursday night. We'll leave with these highlights. For David Daly, I'm John Piesheimer. Thank you on behalf of everybody here at Cable 10 for watching tonight.